It's the title of the video. I guess we have to do it. All right. So if you don't know, this was from like 2 shows back, and we were kind of talking about this. So a girl on the show said she was a 10, and I wasn't mean to her, but I just said, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not a 10. I'm not gonna rate you, but you're not a 10. You know, it's a bit blunt. However, you know, I wasn't insulting about it entirely. In any case, this fairly famous TikToker, Drew Afualo, she's got a podcast. I don't know. She's got like 7 mil on TikTok or so. I don't know how much she has on TikTok. Maybe like 700,000 on Instagram. Anyways, she reacted. So we're going to react to that. Eric, I may have you pause it at moments. So if you can pull up that video.
Women have dating on easy.
Nope. It's the Drew Afualo one.
Do you know who it is? Oh, good.
It should be up.
Good.
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
Angry feminist.
Oh, blue hair.
There should only be a few videos on the tab.
Is Kiki a feminist?
It shouldn't. Don't read the name. Just find one of the videos. Okay. I may have you pause it, Eric. So go ahead.
Okay, so you think you're a 10?
Yeah. I think I'm gorgeous. I think I'm perfect.
Listen, don't take this the wrong way. You're not a
Please
10.
lay it on me.
You're
I've
not a
seen
10.
this.
Okay. That's just your opinion.
All right, first of all, every time I feel like we stamp out a roach, aka a white man with a podcast
Pause it.
like this, he contributes
That was
Okay.
rude.
That was rude.
That was so rude.
So I just want to point something out to you guys. She said, every time we stamp out a cockroach, aka a white man with a podcast, that is first off on its face racist. Which, by the way, apparently it's acceptable in society to be
You say
racist
that-
against white
Yeah.
people.
Well, it's not a thing. You actually can't be racist against white people.
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding, but
That was a joke.
Oh, it was a joke.
yeah.
People really believe
No,
it, though.
but
Yeah. I'm kind of
But-
an actress.
if
Gonna turn into a different.
she said cockroach, aka a white person with a podcast, that on its face is a racist statement. She's
Yeah, if
saying
someone-
white people with podcasts, white men, I suppose, are cockroaches. Bruv, if you said that shit,
Bruv.
and she has, keep in mind, she has like a legit production around her. She's like, I don't know what she has going on. She's got some major deal. Like, bro, you would be canceled if you replaced white man with anything else. So right away, I'm just like, bruv, you, ad hominem. Anyways, continue playing the clip, Eric.
stamp out a roach, aka a white man with a podcast like this. He contributes literally nothing other than his bigoted opinions that he thinks are
Bigoted,
new and
by the way.
inventive.
Bigoted.
2 more replace it. Like,
what she's doing.
you bitches are multiplying like bunnies, huh? But I digress. You know what I mean? This clip literally proves what I've said over and over and over again. This man is looking in her eyes and telling her, no offense, you're not a 10. She's going, that doesn't offend me. That's just your opinion. And there's this like pause where he's like, did you hear me? I just called you ugly. She goes,
Nope.
again.
Nope.
Just
Yeah, that
your
wasn't
opinion.
Didn't say
It
that.
doesn't bother her that this looks like he sells Bibles for a living, thinks she's ugly.
okay. Oh my
It bothers
gosh.
him
I
that
told
it
you.
doesn't bother her. He like continues to try to antagonize her.
Not
I'm
really.
not gonna rate you. Listen, I'm not gonna rate you, but if I were gonna rate you, it's not a 10. And this bitch doesn't care. Not even a little bit. And that's how you all should be. You know why? Because social currency with men is worthless, bitch. Look at this man. He could be 48 or 21. If I were to seek counsel on the opinions of good look, why the would I ask the general manager of State Farm, bitch?
You can
Why
pause
would
it
I
there.
ask him? I wouldn't. See, that's
You can
the
pause it
key.
there.
Men hate nothing more.
Oh, actually, sorry. She was about to say some other dumb shit. Go ahead. Keep it going.
Ask the general manager of State Farm,
Oh.
bitch. Like, Why would I ask him? I wouldn't. See, that's the tea. Men hate nothing more than when you don't give a shit what they think about you, especially when it comes to looks. Same thing goes for when they call you fat. They say that to me all the goddamn time. First of all, fat's not an insult. Second of all, I'd think that too if I still had to sit in a car seat. You know what I mean? Like, our response to that is send me a picture of you. I love to talk about what other people look like. I'll do it for free, bitch. Their opinions of me especially and my looks are worth nothing more than white dog. Instead of going on godforsaken podcasts like this one, tell them to crawl back in that sewer. Those kids aren't gonna eat themselves. Bye.
Yikes. That's, I don't know if that's BPD or what that is, but and by the white dog shit again.
That confused me.
Huh?
That confused
I think
me.
she's talking about white people again. Like racism is basically streamline, mainstream, acceptable against white people. So first off, I don't think I'm like I'm like a fairly average looking guy. So, I'm not saying, oh, I'm hot and you're not. We have a segment on the show where the girls rate themselves, and she rated herself a 10. I'm pretty sure none of the other girls on the panel rated themselves a 10. I'm gonna tell her, I'm just be honest. I'm gonna say you're not a 10 because one of the major issues in the dating marketplace is when people have a delusional or unrealistic self-perception of their own attractiveness. If you think you're a 10, you're going to be chasing guys who are 10. If you think, how many, like, for both men and women, how many cocky, do you guys know any guys who think they're hot, but they're not?
I do.
Yeah.
A lot.
And that's not good.
Absolutely.
I think both men and women ought to value humility and humbleness.
Right.
And so by asking this question, if someone's like being ridiculous with their answer, I'm trying to offer up a bit of humility and humbleness and be like, look, if you think you're a 10, like the big thing I see is if you think you're a 10, you're going to look at a guy who's actually on your level and be like, I'm settling for that guy. You're not going to treat him well, or you're just not even going to give him a chance to begin with. So my thing is like, that's kind of the issue in the dating marketplace now is the guys who are actually on your level, a lot of, and this is mostly women, some guys too though, you know, you hear this trope about like these basement dwelling trolls or whatever that just play video games, live in their mom's house, that want Victoria's Secret models. I actually don't think that's true. I think the reverse is true. But you're not going to be able to secure like that guy. If you think you're a 10, anyway, in any case. Do you have a response? Do you have any thoughts on the video?
Well, I mean, sure you have like some female viewers in here. Like, I would encourage you as women, like you really need to curate the content that you watch, because my problem with Drew Afualo is like not necessarily that she's out of pocket or anything like that. Like it's gross, it's not feminine, it's disgusting, sure. And she does like a lot of ad hominem attacks, but she makes a lot of misandrous content. She makes a lot of man-hating content, because did you see what she said? She took what Brian did and she said, men hate it when you ignore what they think about your looks. Like
generalize.
Generalizing. Like that's not true. That's not how most men are. But every time she makes these TikToks, she says, this is how all men are. And she has a very large female following. So if you're a woman and you're wanting to get married or have children, or hopefully like both, right? Like, you know, build your life. But if you're wanting that, you cannot be watching this misandrous feminist content. It's the same thing that if a man was wanting that and he was watching misogynistic content, it wouldn't, like, how is that going to work? Like, you're brainwashing yourself to being dysfunctional to where you can't have relationships with men. I don't recommend it. I think it's abhorrent. That's what I think about her. I mean, she's just, I don't know. She just does a lot. So, yeah.
Anybody else have any thoughts on that? Otherwise, I'm happy to move things along.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny. Not that she like made any valid points. I just thought it was like I was laughing at her. It was silly.
Oh,
and I think when she said that you looked like
what was it? The manager?
A priest, or what'd she say?
Oh, she's
something about selling Bibles. Yeah.
She said sell
I
Bibles
said
and
that she
State
looked
Farm.
like my youth group counselor when I was younger. I just thought that was funny too.
Okay. Do I look like a?
You have a wholesome little look to you.
I'm a wholesome. I
You should have like a guitar and like
a guitar.
Sing the flannel fit.
I do have a guitar upstairs.
It's not you, Brian. It's Callie. Okay, like this place just does something to
Failed
people's fashion.
society.
Like you can't tell if they're homeless or if they're just from here. It's
yeah,
tough.
that's funny.
failed
Yeah.
society.
Okay, wait, Brian, I have a question.
What's
So
up?
when you ask, girls to rate themselves, do you ever follow up with a why? Like, why are you whatever number they pick?
I usually just take them at their word. I don't prod too much, but
All right.
yeah, I don't think I've ever asked why.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should.
I feel like that lady wanted to be asked why, and she was really pushing for it. But I'm just wondering because I feel like
Well,
a lot of people will defend. Obviously they'll defend themselves and what they say, but it would be nice to know like what their mindset is.
Sure.
But like what could she possibly say? And look, I'm not trying to like dog on her, okay? But she's not a traditionally attractive
definitely.
woman.
I'm
Like
with you
what
on that.
reasoning could she come up with to be like, I'm a 10? Like even if it's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm a 10 because of what we're on the inside. No, like we're rating looks,
That's
Yeah.
where I'm going with. Like, are you're just going off appearance, or are you like, oh, I got a great personality? Like,
Men are the same way if you rate them by social status, right? So it's like women are sex objects and then men are success objects. So it's like if you ever like call the dude broke and he's like, ah, it's the same thing as when an ugly chick, you're like, just so you know, like you are ugly. People freak out the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one more video to react to after we get through a couple questions here. So I want to open it